All right, so this one today is a very short presentation about backing up geodatabases. Why we do it, when we do it, how we do it. Why do we do it? Um, in the first place, to recover from any data corruption that we might incur in the process of, doing all of the geoprocessing that we do. Sometimes feature classes just bork themselves completely and it looks like you have as many features as you're supposed to have, then you sort them and you find that you've only got 200 of the 20,000 for the geodatabase that you're supposed to have. If we have backups, then we can always go back to the night before's, whatever the last time you worked on the project, and we can just restore that from that point, and then none of us has to go through, putting back together an entire week's worth of, new data, new addresses, etc. And the second reason why is to be able to share with collaborators. We pass the data around a lot, especially to me and Glenn, who have somewhat higher level permissions on our Arc GIS accounts, and we can do topology stuff and other stuff that, maybe not everyone is trained to do as well. So when should you back up? You should back up at the end of the day when you finished everything. And you should back up specifically those geodatabases for those projects that you've worked on in that day. So I have one maintenance project. That maintenance project is the Christian County, Missouri project. So whenever I assign a new address, at the end of the day, I make sure that I back that up and I send that to sharefile. If I don't work on that, for that day, then it's not so important that I do that because, whenever the last time I'll back up, that data will be maintained. And if there's anything else I do, I touch the Wagoner County data, I touch the Newton County data sometimes, like touch the Monroe County, Alabama data. Whenever I work on those things, I always try to back that data up at the end of the day when I stop working. So what are the best practices for doing that? If you don't already know, you should, go into the Explorer window wherever your data is stored. And most of us, in fact, all of us should be using the same directory structure, which is to go into the C drive and go into data. And inside data, there's a folder called STR. And, well, anyway, I put it in STR. Maybe not everyone else does. And I have it in projects and specifically in maintenance projects. And today I'll just go to Oklahoma. I'll go to Wagoner County. And my live Wagoner County geodatabase is called OK_Wagoner_live. So to back that up, I'm going to right click and I'm going to go to this context that's called send to here and then send to compressed zipped folder. And it's going to take a while for that to compress. And then here I'm going to have this new file called OK_Wagoner_live.gdb.zip. So this is a zip archive. You open it up and it's got the geodatabase inside of it. The whole point of this is that, the archive in theory is takes up less physical space than the geodatabase itself. This is a big project. It's got a lot in it. So even the geodatabase itself is 172 megabytes, but the whole geodatabase is almost 800. So that's, like more than a 1-to-4 ratio of compression. What I'm going to do with this geodatabase is I'm going to put another underscore after live, and I'm going to put in my initials, and those are RSC. Use whatever yours are. And then I'm going to enter the day's date in the format year. So it's 2023. So the year is 2023. Then month, and it's May the 17th. And I'm going to leave that there, and I'm going to open this new this new browser window, I'm going to go to the sharefile login. And then I'm going to navigate to my shared folders, internal automated backups, Ryan backup, projects, maintenance, Oklahoma, Wagner, current, and drag that in there. Takes a bit to upload. You know, it's not necessarily to stare at the screen and, do nothing while you're waiting for this to upload. You're not going to break anything by, browsing the internet, usually. It's only necessary, really, to maintain an active connection to the internet. What I'm going to do right now, though, is cancel this because I don't really like using, the sharefile browser. It's more annoying than other options that I have, and other options that I have, at least on my machine. And if you've watched some of the other training videos, you'll know this, is that I've got an S drive. And an S drive in this context is just duplicating the file structure of the spatial data research share file on my machine. So this is going to have here in my Windows Explorer in the S drive the entire file structure that I find here on sharefile. So I go to S, shared folders, internal automated backups, Ryan backup. I'm going the exact same file path, really. Projects, maintenance, Oklahoma, Wagner, wherever I keep this stuff. Then I'm just going to drag that in and put that there. And after some time, it's not going to happen instantaneously, but after some time elapses, you'll find that this new archive that you put in this S drive location is going to get uploaded into sharefile. It's really kind of a crapshoot to know how long exactly it's going to take. Come back in an hour and you can assume that it will be there. But you can see how much time I can save myself by having this, having the Citrix app in the S drive and being able to directly send my archived geodatabases to a directory location on my machine, as opposed to having to navigate there in a web browser.